I'm Maddie.
I'm Amber.
And we're Witches Talking Tarot.
We are the weirdos in this story.
Like a song, like a sailor snubble. Flip the switch and let the cauldron bubble. Sam.
Wow.
Hi everyone, I'm Maddie.
And I'm Amber.
And we're
Witches Talking Tarot.
And today we're going to dive into a myth, a Hindu myth. Is this our first Hindu myth?
And it's like possibly one of the only ones I know. It's the main one I know. I know a couple, but this is the one.
We're going to be talking about Rama and Sita. Now, are we going to cast these two? Yeah. Okay. Now, I got to pull out my handy dandy phone.
Look, I'm just going to be honest. I don't know a ton of actors from Indian descent.
I know, that's why I got my phone.
I'm all like Cece from New Girl.
Oh, I love her. I love her.
But if we were going with a Bollywood actress, then there was another one that I looked up because I don't know many, but her name was like Chopra Jonas. Something Chopra Jonas. I don't remember her first name. But she was absolutely gorgeous. Because like Sita is said to be like the epitome of like the pillar of strength in Hindu culture or Indian culture. She's kind of like the perfect woman from the standpoint of like being a wife and a mother and virtuous and having inner strength and stuff like that. And I kind of love that about her.
Oh.
And I do see Cece as like embodying that, but she is only half Indian, so I don't know if that counts.
So I love this guy so much. I have no idea how to pronounce his name.
Oh, from Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
I was thinking of Kumar.
Kumar. That's what you were thinking in your head, or is that what you thought? Who you thought he was?
No, that's what I was thinking in my head. I don't remember his name at the top of my head.
I know it's Cal Penn.
Cal Penn.
Yes, he's
I
great.
love him.
He actually,
and he also plays a great asshole. So like, I feel like
does.
he'd be a good Rama.
But he's so versatile because he's funny. He
Mhm.
plays a good asshole. And he's great with his serious roles. I've seen him in serious.
Yeah, he's great in House. I love him in House.
Oh, he is in House, isn't
Yeah.
he? Yes, I
But
do.
I do love him and Harold and Kumar. I watch him every Christmas. Also, multiple
And
times
he's
throughout the year.
cute. I think he's
a
cute.
cutie. He is a cutie. He is. But just like, I don't know, like I feel like he would be a very good
She's
Kumar.
very, I know her.
Who's
How
that?
do I know her? I don't.
Is that the one I said the girl with? Oh yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like her. I could see
I
her
like
as
her.
Sita as
I
well.
think that's perfect
Okay.
because I like her.
So what was her first name?
I have no I don't know how to pronounce these names.
Oh, Priyanka. Chopra Jonas.
Oh
Priyanka.
shit, that is Kevin Jonas's wife, isn't it?
Oh, that's where the Jonas. I was
that's
like,
where the
Jonas
Jonas comes from.
I did question that last
She
name.
married Kevin Jonas, and she it's a constant joke because she's more famous than him, and he's a Jonas brother. She's gorgeous. Yes.
So
she had
Priyanka Chopra Jonas.
Random
is our
pop
Sita.
culture fact. She had issues with pregnancy, so they went ahead and did a surrogate, and they're either expecting their first child or they had their first child. I don't fucking know. But yeah, Jonas. That is so funny. You said Jonas, and I was like, that's how I know her.
Okay. Because like the guy from Big Bang Theory, I could totally see him as a Lakshana.
I could see that. I don't know. This guy looks pretty evil.
Well, that would be a good Ravana because Lakshana is Rama's like brother, cousin, and helper.
I think that's perfect. I have no idea.
He's a great Ravana. Why do I know his face? What's he in?
These are Indian Hollywood actors and actresses. So these are people that we would know. I didn't look up Bollywood because I don't know, but I know this motherfucker too. Again, I think he plays an evil guy.
He does play an evil guy. Other than Ravana, do we have any bad ones other than Ravana?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, it's not a big cast.
Yeah, I think we just have the 3.
Like,
Oh, I guess we have the monkey man. Humana, or what's it?
wait, Ravana, the bad guy?
No, the monkey. He meets. That's how he gets the army of monkeys to go get her. Hugh. It's like Hugh. Yeah, it's in there. You'll have to look it up so I can spell his name. But it's almost like human, but it's not. It's like Hugh. What's his name?
I'm like mostly familiar with Rama and Sita in this, obviously. Because as I was saying in the last episode, I watched A Little Princess earlier because that is how I know of Rama and Sita. And then the other way I know of Rama and Sita is thank you again for giving me your copy of The Last Vampire 3.
Oh yeah.
Because remember how I said I think her name's Sita?
Mm-hmm.
It's a different retelling of Rama and Sita. Like her husband's name is Rama. The king of the demons, Yaksha, takes her and makes her a vampire back in like prehistory.
Hanuman?
Hanuman?
And apparently it's a movie, but it's a superhero movie. It's weird. And it is Indian. Oh, this is recent. This is new. Oh, look, he's even got the monkey man in the background. That's very interesting. I did not know this is a movie. Has it already come out?
Okay. The Army of the Monkeys meets Hanuman. For some reason, I thought you were talking about Ravana, and I was like, I don't remember that. But obviously, I didn't remember Rama doing it either. So my apologies, guys. There are certain things that stick with my brain better than others.
Do we have to cast a human? Because in my head, I'm like, oh, it's Caesar. It's fucking Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
I mean, I guess not. We bend the rules however we want because there are fucking rules. So I'm fine with Caesar. Is Caesar the bad one? I thought Caesar was
Caesar's a good guy.
The big bad guy. What the fuck?
Oh my Koba. Fuck you,
Koba. Yeah.
Sorry, I just watched this with my grandfather like 2 days ago.
Yeah, we watched it a couple weeks ago, which is why I'm like, I know who you're talking about. And I thought Caesar was the good guy that went to the
Koba is psycho,
fuck Koba,
dude. Like,
Hanuman. Wait,
he's a good guy. He's not a bad guy. Yeah,
so it should be Caesar. Okay.
So it could be Caesar. It could be his son, Blue Eyes, because I do like Blue Eyes. He's an ape and he has blue eyes.
Well, and that would go along with the Sita in the Last Vampire thing, because like the whole thing is like her tribe was the Aryans that went south looking for warmer weather and took like invaded India back before like written history or recorded history or whatever, and so like the ones of her tribe had like piercing blue eyes.
Yeah, I've got to watch this.
I'm down with Blue Eyes.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we have our cast, and where did you learn about the myth from A Little Princess as well, or
originally yes, but it never registered with me that it was an actual myth because she just says, "Oh, I'm telling this story," But I watched The Little Princess as a child.
Well, I did too. It came out in 1995. I saw it when I was 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
or I guess I turned. Yeah, I mean, it probably came out in the summertime, so I was probably still 11 when I saw it. And I did see it as a child, and I fucking loved. I was trying to explain to Lolly because she was talking about. She was like, "It doesn't look like a movie from the '90s. It looks like a movie from the 2000s because it's so the visuals." And I was like, "That's what made it so amazing."
It's
in the '90s, like the images were so bright in the myth, and like. I became obsessed. That is like my favorite part of the movie is when she's telling the myth of Rama
she
and
just wants to go
Sita.
back to India.
She just wants to go back to where she's from. Yeah. Like And it's so beautiful though, because like I was watching it as an adult. I've watched it like it was so much fun because like while we were I was watching it with Lolly, and then Roz came home from work and she's like, "What is this?" Because Lolly didn't remember watching it as a kid, so I was like, maybe I didn't put it on for them, but I thought I did because I told you like I did. And then Roz was like, "I know this movie," and she's like, "I'm gonna watch it from the beginning now, once it's over," because she was like, "I remember it's so good, and it's got such amazing visuals, especially in the myth part, because like Rama is this blue, and in my what I found really interesting in my was it in my research or was it when I was reading The Last Vampire? But it talked about a lot of these Indian deities or their avatars when they're in a human body are described as having blue skin, and it's not so much that they actually have blue skin, but they are associated with the sky because it is blue and it goes on forever, and so do they because they really are a god. And I did too. I was like, oh my gosh. So like when you see the depictions of these people that have colored skin, like it might be they were really real people and they weren't really purple or green or blue, but they embodied this energy.
Or they were people like they die, like the Celts.
Oh, they could be, but I just mean like from the mentality of like this is the vibe they give off more so than they were actually that skin color. I love that because like they're remembered as being blue like the sky or purple like the lotus flower. I just think that's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's
beautiful. I don't know. And I think parts of this story are beautiful.
I think that's the best way to put it. So how does this start out, Amber? Let us know.
Well, okay, so when Sita, let's just start at the beginning of Sita and Rama getting together. When Sita comes of age, there's going to be there's a word for it. Like there's this whole thing where Sita's Swayamvara, and that is where a woman of marrying age gets to be she gets to choose from a bunch of suitors.
Yes.
And I think that's fucking cool as shit. She gets to choose her suitor, and right before her Swayamvara, she sees Rama and she runs inside and she prays to Vishnu and whomever else she prays to that Rama will be at her Swayamvara as an eligible person for her to choose from. And lo and behold, he is, as well as Ravana and a few others that are interested. Like I'm pretty sure our Lakshana is there as well. But Sita picks Rama and they get married. And they do not live happily ever after.
So they were living happy, but
then, or I guess like Rama is able to string Shiva's bow. That's part of the thing that I forgot. He has to be able to do that for her to choose him, and he does, and she chooses him. But somebody questions him and his austerity, and he's supposed to get the throne, but his stepmother or his aunt, some woman, tells the king like, "Hey, you got to give me this, and my son's gonna take the throne." And then they go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you waiting for me? I was like, please continue.
They go off into the woods for Rama to take, like, he has to go through exile essentially, and
and she's with himself.
And she goes
with him. So they're like living out in the woods, and she chooses to leave with him. Like she's not forced to. She chooses to. And then Ravana, is that how you're pronouncing it?
How do you say it?
I was saying Ravana, but I like Ravana.
Yeah, and I learned the myth from the Little Princess.
So is that how she pronounced it? Okay, then it's probably correctly. So he still wanted to marry Sita. He still wanted Sita to himself. So he's like, okay, she didn't come willingly. I think I'm just gonna have to do what I gotta do. I'm gonna have to kidnap her, right?
Yeah. So they trick Rama into leaving Sita's side by sending a gold
Beautiful
stag.
deer. Yes, a beautiful deer. You know, I read in two different myths it was either a very beautiful deer or it was a wounded deer that she wanted to help. Either way, they wanted to reach the deer.
Yes.
The deer takes off into the woods, so Rama has to leave Sita.
Right. And she convinces him to. He doesn't want
Yeah,
to.
exactly, because she is either such a kind person, she wants to help the hurt deer, or she's like,
I
want-
miss nice things.
Yeah, exactly. Both
Which
are
is
okay,
understandable
right?
because she was raised a princess, right?
Yes.
She was found in a field
Right, exactly.
with a plow because Mother Earth is her mother.
So Rama
But-
was kind of like hesitant to just take off.
Right. So he says, Lakshana, you got to keep her safe. You
Mhm.
have to keep her safe. Do not leave her side under any circumstance. I'm going to go get this deer.
And he did.
And he did.
He
And
did. He just took off and he left. So in this version that I have pulled up, because I didn't pull up the same thing, I felt like I should have. Like, I don't remember. Like, Lakshana is not mentioned. So please explain. Did he go with them into the
yes,
woods?
he is Rama's brother or cousin.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
He is like, they are of the same like ilk, right? Because
They're
Rama
kin.
Rama is an avatar of the god Vishnu.
Right.
And Sita is an avatar of a goddess whose name is really long, and I should have written it down, but I didn't. It's probably at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
So
he went along with them. So he's watching her
Yeah.
while he takes off into the woods. Now what happens?
So when Rama approaches the golden stag,
Mhm.
the golden stag imitates Rama's voice and calls out for help.
Yes. So he goes and fucking, yeah. Can you imagine being like, oh shit? Like,
Right. Well, and Lakshana doesn't want to leave. He's like, Sita, Rama would never need help. Like,
right.
Rama doesn't need my fucking help ever.
Mhm.
And she's like, no. Do you hear him? Go save my fucking husband. Because
Right.
she truly does love
Right.
Rama. She's loved him from the start. And Lakshana, according to like my
Is
favorite,
he the one to
myth,
draw the
he
circle?
draws
Or the line.
Yes, he
The
draws
line.
a line and he
Mhm.
tells her, don't cross it and you'll be protected.
Right. So anyway, he takes off, like, blah, blah, blah. She stays within the boundaries. However, now Ravana shows up. Now, in this version, it says he shifted into a thirsty beggar.
Yes,
Okay.
same.
Okay. Because I didn't understand. Like, they didn't use that terminology.
Right, yeah, but I mean, it was, pretty
Yeah.
much the same.
So he's like, please help. I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. He ends up convincing her to step out of the circle.
Right, because she's offering him something.
Right. Which is
But-
why I think I like the idea of it being a wounded deer better than it being a golden deer, because in both situations, if it were a wounded deer, she wants to help.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
And she was trying to offer him things. No, I need you to step out of the circle.
Right. He's like, I'll take it, but you got to come to me. You got to bring it to me.
He's like, I'm too weak.
That's rude.
Right.
Like, I mean, talk about beggars being choosers.
Unless I'm like, in my head, he's like reaching for it, falls onto the
right.
ground. just
But
out.
none of the stories I read.
No,
said he
nothing
actually
says
does
that. No, that's
just
just the only
insists,
thing
like-
that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it. Because it's like, I'm too sick to come. I have this crutch. Won't you bring it to me?
Right.
And that does make sense, but it doesn't say he did that. But yeah, that makes sense.
So in two different versions, one of them says he picks her up and whisks her away. The other one says he can't touch her.
He can't touch her, so he picks up the earth.
Yes, that she's standing on.
Right.
And
And takes
whisks
her
her away. And they go to an island, right? It's an island, yeah?
His home, which I didn't it
Okay.
like a lot of it like lists a place. Maybe it
Yeah,
is
it's
an
like a
island, but it just
specific
gives me
place.
a name. Yeah. In this one, it just gives a name of a place.
Mhm.
So maybe it is
Oh, this says he takes her away on the on his mighty chariot.
yeah, this literally just says he then races in the southward direction.
So Rama comes back with his cousin, and oh my gosh, there's an empty circle. He's like, what the fuck? So he's like running, he's trying to find her, and that's where he comes across the Monkey King. Blue Eyes. That's not his name. I do have no idea. What is this? Hanuman?
I think it's Hanuman.
Hanuman?
Hanuman.
Anyway, so like they're talking, he's explaining.
Hanuman. Hanuman.
he's explaining like what the fuck's up, like, and Hanuman decides, okay, yeah, I'll help you. I'll help you. That's kind of bullshit. We're tired of this bitch ass in this forest thinking he owns the place and can take whatever he wants. Yeah, we'll help you. So basically he travels and he finds her.
Right.
And then he comes back and is like, found her.
And do you think this is about halfway through the myth where we should take a break?
I do, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
So hear a word from our sponsors and then hear what happens with Sita. Thank you so much for joining the show today. Today's show is brought to you by our sponsors, our very first sponsors, Calm Aura, and they have given us the Calm Aura Tree Devia tarot deck.
It's actually, it is such a beautiful deck. I mean, didn't you say it's lined in gold?
It is gold lined, and the art, like the box is just the tip of the iceberg with this art.
Five of Cups. I love this artistry. I hope
Gorgeous.
they can see it all right. The artistry is perfect. It fits perfectly in your hands. And
Such
to
a good
me,
hand feel.
as a tarot reader, it's all about the feeling that
Yes,
the hands. It's
absolutely.
perfect size. Perfect size. The the thickness of the card is
It's
also
so good for
perfect.
shuffling. It's
Yes.
like, as a tarot reader, you will love these cards.
Yes.
So if you would like to get your hands on one of these gorgeous decks or any of the other wonderful metaphysical offerings at Calm Aura, you can get your very own Tree Devia tarot deck and more at calmaura.com/witches talking tarot. And that is CALMOURA.com/witches talking tarot. If you want to see how to spell our name, you can find out when you go hit that subscribe button after the show.
Well, and I think you forgot the best part.
I just
you
haven't
get
gotten there yet.
10% off,
Yes.
right? You get 10% off.
Your whole order, so grab more than just the cards.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming to Sit a Spell. So enjoy the rest of this episode. Again, brought to you by the Calm Aura Tree Devia tarot deck. So to get your 10% off your entire order at calmaura.com/witches talking tarot, use code tarotwitches10 when placing your order.
And we're back.
Yeah.
And we just found Sita. Or Hanuman just found Sita.
And then he's reporting it to Rama.
Yes,
correct?
yes. He's like coming back. He's like, I found her. She's at the island of Lanka. Is that what it was?
Yeah, that sounds
Yes,
right.
the
Something
island
like
of
that.
Lanka. He's like, okay. That's it. We got to whoop his ass. So, like, he gathers his army of.
Bitch took my wife.
Literally.
And you know what? Let's just fill in, like, over on Sita's side, while all of this is happening. Hey, this is years. It takes years, like the whole ordeal. And the whole time, Ravana is like, Sita, I love you. Sita, won't you lay with me? Sita, I want you to be my wife still. Sita, I was
think that is
there
the
at your
most
Swama
unrealistic thing about this myth is the fact that he just waited for her to. Oh my God! We'll get there. We'll get there.
Well, and that's what I like about this myth, where he can't touch her.
Right.
He had to take
That
the
makes
whole
more
land,
sense.
so it makes the whole thing. That's why I was saying, like, this version makes a lot of things make sense to me that don't otherwise make
Right.
sense.
No, that does
So,
make
anyway,
sense.
I just
because
wanted to
I
fill
can't.
people
I
in.
just can't see somebody being like, "Yeah, come have sex with me." What do you mean, no? I mean, I'm not trying to be like
And
that.
Sita's
Bitch.
just like,
No. He's like, one. Oh man, like fucking. But it makes more sense that he can't touch her. So
Right.
I agree. I think
like
so.
that.
I like
Yeah.
that. That
So-
fills in like a plot hole. Not
Right,
that it
yeah.
should be.
So
a
not
plot.
to cut it off, but like I forgot, we really haven't mentioned what's going over on her end, because the whole time there's stuff it's both. There's stuff happening on both sides, Rama and Sita.
I mean, it lasts so long
Like 10
that
years.
they can build a fucking bridge to reach Lanka, like the fucking
Right, because it's
the-
an island.
Yes. So the monkey man is
That make more sense. Knowing it's an island.
yes. So he's getting his monkey army, and I guess it depends on how you see it. You can see it as the apes from Planet of the Apes or the flying monkeys.
Yes,
Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, I picture the flying monkeys. But you also have to understand, I picture this whole thing in the terms of the way it looks from a little princess.
It makes more sense for it to be flying monkeys in that. Yes,
because it's very fantastical. They've got all the like these thorny things everywhere. It's just very fantastical. So I definitely see the flying monkeys, but the ape people is probably a little bit closer to
it reminds me of again, I'm gonna bring up the Jungle Book. I want to be like you, the fucking orangutan. And I'm sure in my head I'm imagining apes, but they probably were temple monkeys. That would make more sense.
Yeah, I was picturing smaller, like
smaller,
as opposed to bigger.
monkeys.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I want to be
still
like you,
like
man.
baboons, like the warrior, the warrior class of monkeys.
Yes,
because baboons are some vicious, scary motherfuckers.
I fucking love that song. I'm so sorry to get off topic. I love the "I Want to Be Like You" song from the Jungle Book because he's sitting there talking like, "You're the king of the jungle. Like you got fire. Like I want fire. I want to learn how to do fire." Because I do believe apes be learning shit from people. I mean, orangutans were caught spearfishing because they had seen people at a village. Yeah, not
they were like, we could do that.
We could do that. Yeah, literally, exactly. So like, I want to be like. Anyway,
I do love the Jungle Book. I do love it. I was just thinking about Baloo's show.
Oh yeah,
Was it Rescue Rangers?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So anyway, they finally after all these many years, they build the bridge to the island, and now they're heading that way. And it's a great battle that lasts at least 10 days. And it looks like Ravana's going to win. And then Rama saw the perfect chance with his magic poisoned arrow.
And he takes aim and he shoots it.
Yeah.
Does he hit him in the heart? I feel like he hits him in the heart.
I think he hits him in the heart. It doesn't say in this one. I don't know if it says in that one.
Let's see if it says in this one. Okay, that's not. Sorry, I went backward, not forward. My bad. Bear with me, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, supposedly the bridge is still in existence under the water even today.
Oh, I love that.
Long and violent war. Then it just says Rama then rescues Sita from her long period. It just says, word for word, Rama then wages a terribly long and violent war against Ravana and eventually victors and slays the demon king Ravana. Rama then rescues Sita from her long period of captivity. But Sita's troubles do not end there either.
Well, I love this. I just have to mention. So this one says, as they're heading back to their kingdom, people are lighting an oil lamp in their windows to help light the way, which brings into the, is it Diwali?
Oh, the Festival of Lights.
That's where the Festival of Lights comes from. Yes. Awesome. So they're lighting it to light their way. I do. That's, I think, my favorite part of the myth because I love it.
I love that.
And I just had to mention that. But anyway, so they get back and
depending on which version of the myth, either asshole Rama or his followers.
I think it was Rama. He's like, no, it wasn't me, it was them.
Right, but it depends on which version of the myth you read. But he either way, somebody thinks, nah, Sita, you didn't hold out.
I feel like they got into a fucking argument. And then he was like, really? Because I bet you fucked him.
Right.
Like, I feel like it was that type of argument, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Like, I mean, somebody, I mean, it was that or one of his buddies was like, she fucked him. You know she
Yeah,
did.
exactly. Like,
he got what he wanted from her.
Exactly.
Like, and then there's the whole school of thought that some people thought that she was unfaithful from the get-go by sending Rama away to get the stag and then sending Lakshana away and then crossing the boundary. Like
right.
all of the things that led to Sita's capture were Sita's own choices.
Mhm.
And so some people, according to the myth, or with a version of the myth, some people were like, oh, you did this on purpose because you were unfaithful to Rama.
What was that?
I think she wants Corey. She saw him walk away and she's like, Gramps, come back.
But anyway,
So because of her possible infidelities, she has to go be in exile for 10 years on her own.
ridiculous.
Now, in that version, does it talk about her exile at all? Because in this version, it talks about not only does she go into exile, but her exile, while she's in exile, she gives birth to Rama's 2 sons, Kush and
So
Love.
I'm assuming they were twins.
I mean, I guess so, yeah.
That's
Their
the only
names are
thing that, like-
Kush, Kush, and Love, Luv. Or so maybe it's Luv. I'm not sure. But, she has her sons and she raises them to be very strong, like warrior children. In the myth that I read that I liked the best, because I read like a couple different, like the other ones didn't have the detail that this one has. So this one definitely grabbed me and I like it a lot. But they had their 2 sons, and while she was in exile, once the sons had gotten a little bit older and they're like adolescents, now Rama comes out of the woodwork to hunt some kind of animals over there. Let me just look at it and I can tell you exactly what it says. So she's pregnant at the time. She is pregnant at the time he forces her out into exile. Like that's why I was like, Hal Penn would be he can play a good asshole.
Yeah, he can. He played the bad guy in the Santa Claus series.
Okay, so Rama decides to perform the major Ashwamedha Yagya on a grand scale. The Yagya, or sacrificial ritual, requires that the one who conducts it lets a horse roam around the surrounding provinces. The regions where the horse roams free without being captured automatically goes into the ruler's control. The horse in question wanders into the area housing the hermitage where Sita, Love, and Kush live. Love and Kush fight against and capture the horse effortlessly. This brings the twins in direct conflict with their father without realizing it. The boys capture the horse and refuse to release it. Rama orders his 3 brothers. Okay, so Lakshmana is his brother. Lakshmana, Bharata, and Shatrugna. I don't know how to say that. To go fight the twins, but the young boys defeat them as well. So eventually, Rama decides to personally confront them in battle. He expects to win, but is stunned to witness the boys' prowess. Humbled, he invites them to Ayodhya. It is at this point that he comes to know their true identity, that they are his sons. At this point, he's finally like, oh, well, Sita, you can come home now. We can be a family. Yeah. And she's like, fuck that. I'm going to go live with my mother, who is the Earth Mother. And she goes out to the field and calls to her mother and says, Mother, I would like to come home now. And the earth opens up, and Bhumi Devi, the earth goddess, appears and takes her daughter into her embrace, and they go back into the world together. It gives me very Persephone vibes.
Do you want to feel this baby move real quick? I'm so sorry. This is like the hardest that
She's moving.
This is literally the hardest that she has kicked. I think it'll be just a minute. She is moving crazy.
Oh,
did you realize?
She was like, bitch, don't poke me.
She's kicking so hard. I just had to share because, and
we're talking about the Earth Mothers.
We are.
And the daughter and mother bond.
I just thought, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Somebody has to feel this because she is
She's going.
strong.
Little feet.
Like that's exactly what it
tiny
is. It's
feet.
right under my ribs,
Yeah.
so that's definitely a foot. I was like,
oh,
oh
there
my
she
god,
was again. I felt her
She's
move.
like
not
weird.
thick, but
like
yeah, one of mine used to swipe her
she
foot
has.
across
oh
my
my God.
belly. She'd be like,
she, yeah, I could.
she might be doing that.
I wonder if that's what
Kinda
she's doing because I
feels.
can't believe how hard she was kicking. I was like, am I feeling this inside or on my hand? Did you feel that again?
I did.
I'm like, does she have the hiccups or is she kicking?
I
it's
think
like,
she's kicking because the hiccups is more consistent. Like,
right every so
I-
often, but like, man, she's going to town like
Yeah.
really hard. Sorry,
She's
guys.
like, fuck Rama.
Yeah, literally. I haven't even eaten anything, so it's not like you
No.
know.
She's like responding to the story. She's like, Sita deserved better.
Yeah, seriously, that's
'Cause-
got to be it.
Right? Because like he's an avatar of the god Vishnu.
Right.
Wouldn't you think?
The thing about the gods in most
I know.
lore is
They're
enough said.
balanced, yeah.
They are.
'Cause I love how Vishnu pops up as avatars. Like he was in the story about the flood as his fish avatar. self.
Yes.
Is she still up there, or is
She's
she?
still. I feel a foot. I think it's a foot right here.
May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, little girl.
Oh, she's moving. She's like
Ah.
swim away while she can. But it's very.
She's like, this is my apartment. What are you doing?
I'm shocked she was kicking so
much.
hard and like right here.
It's because we were talking about a dick.
Yeah,
man dick.
she was like, yeah, that guy's an
Yeah, that
asshole.
guy
And the fact
sucks.
that I can't fucking breathe and it's right,
Right.
there.
Girls be getting under your ribs. I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know. Did the boys get under your ribs?
No,
so much?
well, I guess Theodore did because I couldn't breathe. I couldn't cough because he was so deep under my ribs, but Orion was so low. I felt like I had to walk like I was riding a horse all day because like, oh, it was so low.
Mine, yeah, I don't remember having like I waddled a lot, but it was
Yeah.
mostly because I always had to pee.
It's so funny, like she's at an age where if she or like gestational age where
Right.
if she kicks me with a certain thing, I'm like, oh, I know that's a foot. Like I can
Right.
make out the
The
fact
foot,
that
yeah.
that's a foot. Yeah.
This is an elbow or
Yes.
they're so sweet at that age. And you know, at least Sita got to enjoy that aspect of her life because
Yeah.
she decided that she was done. She wasn't going back to Rama.
And I like that. I do like that. She's like, you know what? Fuck men.
Yeah,
I'm going back
I'm
to
going back to my mother.
yes.
I think that's a great way to end it.
I do too.
So I guess thank you guys for joining us and supporting us. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe and let us know what you think about the myth of Rama and Sita. Were you aware of it before? Did you watch A Little Princess and cry like me?
Going to give a shout out to Melissa,
Death by DVD,
Pam.
Victoria. We appreciate you being our patrons on patreon.com/witches talking tarot. If you would also like to be our patron on patreon.com, you can sign up for as little as $6 a month. That's how much.
You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads at Witches Talking Tarot.
And you can find us on the X at Classiest Witches because we are the classiest witches you know.
Thanks for sitting with us for a spell. That was fun.
That was so much fun.
Sorry, I
Hey there, friend. My name's Sarai, and I host a spooky, casual podcast called Freaky AF, where I tell you stories of conspiracies, true crime, and of the supernatural. So if that's your kind of shiz, come check us out. I'm sure we'll be great friends. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, and a bunch of other places. Or you can look us up on Twitter and Instagram. We're Freaky AF Pod. That's FREAKYAFPOD. Come get spooked, y'all.